Hi, welcome back to 5 is Prime. In today's lesson, we're going to find the least common denominator. So I'm going to show you the most straightforward way on how to do this. There are more advanced ways, but this is going to be a great introduction to how to do this right off the bat. So first things first, we've got a definition here. It says the least common denominator, sometimes referred to as LCD, is the smallest number divisible by all the denominators in a set of fractions. So if you take a look at your bottom numbers, this is going to be the number that can be divisible by all of those numbers. Now that kind of sounds confusing. So in more simple terms, what you need to do is look at the denominators of both fractions, or if you've got 3 fractions, look at all 3. Find the least common multiple. That's the smallest number that both denominators can divide into evenly. So I've got some examples here because I always think examples make a little bit more sense. So if I have my denominators 4 and 3, I want to figure out a number that is divisible by both of those. So I've got my 4 and my 3, and I'm going to just skip count these numbers out. Okay, I'll go about that far, and then looking at my 4, I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Now that I've got a few of my multiples listed out, I can go ahead and look for numbers that appear in both lists. So for 3 and 4, I see a 12 and a 12. That is the smallest number in both lists that appears twice, so my LCD for this set of numbers would be 12. For my next example, I've got 5 and 7. So for 5 and 7, we're going to do the exact same thing here. We're going to list out our multiples. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and for 7 I have 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. After looking at my lists of 5 and 7, I don't see any common multiples, so I will keep going. 30 and 35, and there we are. We've got a common multiple of 35 in both lists. So that means that my LCD for 5 and 7 is going to be 35. All right, I've got some more practice problems down here. If you want to try this on your own, you can go ahead and hit pause and then come back and check your answers with me to see if you got the right answer. I'm going to go ahead and start with 6 and 2. So I'll go ahead and write those down and list all the multiples, or at least a few. And for 2, I'll do 2, 4, 6, and 8. Looking at my list, I have, let me get back here. I've got a 6 and a 6. So my LCD will be 6. Let's jump over to 8 and 6. I have 8, 16, 24, 32, and for 6 I've got 6, 12, 18, 24. Looking at both lists, I've got 24 and 24. That is the smallest number on my list, so even though 24 is a fairly large number, that is still going to be my LCD. All right, 4 and 7. So for 4 and 7, we're going to skip counting with 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and then we'll do 7, 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. Looking at both lists, I don't have anything in common yet. I usually have my students list about 5 to 6 and check, and then if they don't see anything, to keep going. That way we're not spending too much time just listing numbers if we don't need to. All right, for 35, I've got 42, and I've got 49. Okay, looking at both lists, I have a 28, and I have a 28. So in that case, my LCD is 28. All right, I've got one more. I've got 10 and 7, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and we'll squeeze 70 down there. And then for 7, I've got 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and 70. So in that list, 70 is the only one that repeats. So my LCD is going to be 70. All right. If you would like to learn a little bit of a faster way to do this so that you're not skip counting out all of these numbers all of the time, I do have an advanced LCD video that will teach you how to look at the numbers and figure out what the LCD is going to be for a set of numbers. So I hope that this little introduction is very helpful and you are able to do this on your own.